quiet on the set. All right, we just finished the latest upgrade to the Honda CB500X Riley Raid conversion. Heated grips. Yeah, I know, pretty weak. Heated grips on an adventure bike, but the last trip from Bend, Oregon home, 500 miles, spent the first half of the day in 45-degree temperatures. Was looking for some heated grips. And if you've got your 500 set up with a decent wind protection and these storm guards, by the time you add heated grips, you've got some pretty good weather protection. But the biggest fear of running heated grips may be forgetting to leave them on and draining the battery, especially on a bike that has no Kickstarter and you're 50 miles from the pavement. Fortunately, these things have been created idiot-proof. The Oxford heaters, available for less than $100. They've got this smart controller here, which is going to automatically turn the heaters off for you. Even though they're hot wired directly to the battery, this switch, theoretically, is going to either sense 11.5 volts, you know, a low battery state, or a lack of vibration, and turn these heaters off automatically for you. Or you can just turn them off by pressing and holding down the minus button. And they do heat up good. Now, there's lots of good installation videos that are already out there online. I don't want to go over the gruesome details here, but I'll cover some highlights for the Honda CB500X installation. Get the controller up here. Remember, the kit comes with new bolts and spacers so you don't bend your metal like this, and that gets it your clutch perch nice and tight again. So use the spacers and the new bolts provided in the kit. The grips themselves, you're going to have to trim them down a little bit. There's a nice line right around there that matches the original grips length, like that. You just cut your old grips off with a utility knife. On the throttle side, you're going to need to trim this well to keep it clear. Keep this out of the way. Hey, there's a neat little device here, a little simple throttle lock for those long sections of slab. Give your right arm a break. And finally, the wiring and excess wiring. They give you a lot of excess wiring. There's plenty of room up here to stuff it up in front of the fork system so that nothing is binding. I got to trim that. I got to trim a zip tie in there. One thing I didn't do that's recommended by the manufacturer, be a good idea, is to heat shrink, or otherwise tape up the plastic connections. The wiring itself you can run, just take the plastic side cover off here, run it up underneath the tank, and back to your battery. Directly hot wired to the battery. You don't need to find a hot ignition point behind the headlight. The Oxford heated grips, they're pretty easy to install. Oh yeah, one other big job too. While you're trimming and cutting, when you cut this throttle piece off, the sleeve has a lip on here, and you'll see on the installation video that I'm going to recommend you look at, you want to trim all that down. You got to trim that sleeve down there down to nothing. So you're going to need to spend some time cutting and fiddling and filing in order to slide those on, and don't bruise your hand mashing them on. You might try a gentle persuasion like that. So the Oxford heated grips, less than $100, far less expensive than what the OEM Honda products want to sell you. Very easy to install. Check it out. Clear. They do heat up fast. Control the temperature right there. You shut the bike off, they stay on for a bit. If you're a smart rider, you can just turn them off like that. Otherwise, the smart switch will turn them off for you before it drains your battery. Thumbs up, Pete? You want to go on that? You want to go on that trail ride?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go.